Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So this is like hour almost 5 trying to do this video. I keep going down the rabbit hole. So here's the story. I have a video called Everything You Must Know about buying older Macs, Intel based, and all the new, brand new, even 2020 Intel based Macs, what to watch out for because Apple is cutting off all support for all Intel Macs in less than 2 years. Okay, so that's out of the way. We shouldn't need to go down the rabbit hole with this thing. So we will say this though. This is the computer that I had a little bit of a mention on. I was trying to help a guy with he wanted a USB stick of Catalina to put back into it. It's like, I don't have a Catalina stick, but if it's got Catalina on it, you can just do the internet install, right, and redo it. Well, every bit of help I gave him, even to try and put the original factory OS back in, wasn't working, okay? So I said, okay, well, what year is this thing? Like, what are the specs on it? You know, shoot me a picture, something. So he sent me this picture, said it had Catalina on it, said it was a 2011. Okay, so we go up to the internet, 2011 MacBook Pro, 17-inch specs. Boom. We come up with the max it can go to High Sierra. You still got to get to Mojave and to Catalina. Ain't going to happen. Not through Apple it won't, okay? So I told him, I says, you have a hacked-in operating system. That's why you can't do nothing with this thing. You're kind of yanked. You're going to have to go back to the last supported OS, which is High Sierra. So, anyways, this becomes more problematic, of course. And so I ended up in the end, I said, look, what I can do for you is I can put on the last supported OS. Okay? Or at least something that I have here, which would be El Capitan, because I didn't have High Sierra. But I could get High Sierra, which I now have. My buddy gave it to me last night. So the end thing was that he's now realized he's been totally rooked. Like, they got this, I believe, at least a year ago. They definitely paid way too much. They had a separate ad on Marketplace. They're trying to get $500 for this or trade it for a gamer PC. That would not happen. Okay, seriously. But whatever. And I says, look, you know, if it comes down to it, I may have to haul the hard drive out and redo it. You know, as far as formatting it out and getting it, because nothing was working. And so anyways, and so I thought, all right, well, I said, you know what do you want for this thing anyways? Like, your ad says you're selling it, so, you know, I'm getting it ready to sell. Well, I says, I'm not going to pay a lot, so give me a price. How's 150? I'm like, well, honestly, I really don't pay more than 50 bucks tops for these old dogs, you know, and it's not a legit OS. It's not going to go on the internet, therefore it's not worth much. Now, regardless of what eBay says, regardless of what every Mac.com says this thing is worth, which is ludicrous, it's not worth that kind of money because it can't go on the internet. If it can't go on the internet, it's useless. It's a typewriter. It's a video game player if you can get video games on there. Oh wait, you're gonna have to go to the internet. Not secure. Okay. Other than you might have a little bit of security while you're up on the App Store, but you're also going to be limited as to what you can get. And that's another thing I found out with the App Store, with an old operating system that's not supported. Program like an iMovie, it doesn't want to come down, right? Okay, now this is direct. This is not signing into the App Store. This is just going up there, okay? So now I have an account with Apple, obviously, for like ever. So every purchase I've made is on the App Store, and that includes older games. And it will allow me access to older software if I use my App Store account. But to go direct to the App Store where a new person would have to go, you're not getting much out of there. Most of the stuff is like, no, you have to have at least Catalina or above, right? And that even included GarageBand, right? And so this is another problem you're going to run into with unsupported Macs. So unless you already had an Apple account for who knows how long, and you've had many Macs over the time period, including ones that had Yosemite on them or El Capitan, you've downloaded programs, you're not going to get access back to the older programs. They're not going to allow it. And same thing is going for an internet-based install of the OS. You're not going to do it on this thing. Apple's not supporting that, right? So you're going to have to find another way to get your hands on a USB stick or a CD set even to put an OS back on this thing, right? So now this is where things get a little weird with this computer. His picture he took said that this was a 2011. So when I finally got to zapping the PRAM a bazillion times, which I had to do, and you should do it on every new Mac, because this way you get all the other perimeter RAM settings from the last person out. I also had to reformat the hard drive like 3 or 4 times to get even the right format routine for El Capitan to go through, because it's a little bit different with Catalina, right? And I'm like, oh man, this is such a headache. So I get El Capitan on this thing. I go to About This Mac just to double check specs. It's a 2009, and I'm like, I only paid $50 for it. Either way, I'd still only pay $50 for a 2011. I would pay $50 for a 2012. Okay, a 2013 I might pay $100 for, because a 2013 can actually run Catalina, you know. But even that, Catalina is only good for not very much longer, because not only because Big Sur is out and Apple automatically starts the discontinuation process, but there's a new OS coming out this fall from Apple above Big Sur, which means Catalina is going to be like non-existent for any more updates and security very, very soon. Okay, and then like I said, in under 2 years, there goes all your support for all Intel-based Macs. So even if you bought a brand new 2020 MacBook, Mac Pro Tower that cost you thousands of dollars, it's worthless in 2 years. Okay, so anyways, but to each their own, do as you wish. However, we do have a fully functional machine that has a good battery. It's got a great CD burner in it. Keyboard works perfectly fine. There's no issues with the screen at all. Everything is fantastic on this machine, though it is running El Capitan. And I did go up to the App Store with my account at my buddy's place, and I went download happy, got my GarageBand, got my old version of iMovie that I can run on this, etc., etc., etc. Now, the specs on this are actually 8 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive, 256 megabytes of video. Okay, it has an iSight camera in it, which is 480p. Okay, so these are your main specs, and it is a 17-inch display, which is also very nice. I gotta watch how I turn. I'll knock that over. The main computer is fantastic condition overall, though, you know, but that doesn't make it worth more than $50, you know, because I can't securely surf on this thing. I can't sign into my YouTube account on this thing or any other website, because there's so many security holes. It's ridiculous. If you do a search right now, you're going to come up with a website once you do figure out which link it is. I'm not putting the link in the description, so don't ask me. Do your own homework. But I did find a website where I did the search for all of the non-supported OSs. Everything below Catalina is unsecure and unsupported. Okay? And there's no way to fix this. So even if you hacked in Catalina, like the person did that sold this to these people, that operating system being hacked in is not secure. And a lot of people make you try and believe that, oh yeah, I know it's an unsupported OS, but because it's a current OS, it's secure. No, it's not. It's hacked in. Okay, so it's not supported, it's not secure. Don't believe the lies. Okay, same as when people hack a Mac OS into a PC. Yeah, you can do it, but it ain't secure. So stay off the internet with the sucker, or you're asking for problems. Okay, so myself and many other YouTubers cannot understand why so many people are still asking ludicrous amounts of money for their old Mac computers that are useless now. They're paperweights because they're only good for offline stuff only, and you got to find a way to get offline stuff on there somehow. Okay, like from the App Store, you're still taking a risk on security with the App Store, to do it, but I was able to get everything ripped down in no time because I was using my buddy's fiber optic internet, which allowed me to load the snot out of this thing in like not even 2.5 hours tops, you know. So, and I got everything I wanted, even from my own Apple account. I was able to get all the programs that I wanted to run on this thing, that a lot of those don't even run on my new Mac, well, newer Mac, my 2015, because of Big Sur. Big Sur cut off a lot of stuff. Catalina cut off a lot of stuff on me. You know, Mojave cut off a lot of stuff. Well, now I got it all back, babies. And I'm like, woohoo! Okay, so for nostalgic purposes, Kevy has this computer now. And I'm still looking for a couple other Mac systems that are old. But I'm still not going to pay much for them because they're not worth anything. Okay? You know, people like to think they're worth something. Oh, it's Apple, it's part of history, and blah, blah, blah. So, keep your historical prices the way you want them. I ain't paying your blood money because it's ridiculous. The stuff ain't worth it. And then, try finding parts if you need them. They're getting more and more scarce. So, really, is it worth that much? No. So, here's my last thing I'm going to say to you guys. On this video, at least. But there will be more coming. If you are looking at a used computer, I don't even care if you're going to buy it from a pawn shop, but if you're looking for a good used computer to go on the internet with, do not look at anything Apple unless it is at least, in my recommendation, okay, at least a 2014 and above, okay? Now, I don't know how many 2014s are going to make the new OS that's about to be released from Apple. Right now, we currently have Catalina is good for a little bit longer for security, so it has to be able to run a legit Catalina. It must be able to run a legit Big Sur, and that's fine. Big Sur will still be, apparently, and I won't swear to it because I'm not Apple, you know, just go by what I hear though, but down the pipe, Big Sur will be fine for the Intel Macs that are going to get cut off in 2 years. But Catalina is definitely going to be going out way before then, okay? So realistically, you need to be looking at a machine that can actually run Big Sur and the new OS, or at least Big Sur only, okay, to get you through the next 2 years on an Intel machine before you have to actually buy an M1 system, okay? So that's where you're at on that. But for goodness sake, don't pay big money because the stuff isn't worth big money, even if it can currently run Big Sur. If it can't run the newest OS that's about to come out, that makes that Mac worth that much less, okay? Because you can't take advantage of the new OS, the new security protocols, etc., etc. So you're going to be with whatever Apple's supporting with Big Sur at that point. Now, I have late 2015 iMacs in the house that are the more current iMacs that we happen to own. They are fine for Big Sur. They are fine for the next new OS. But in 2 years' time, because they're Intel-based Macs, Apple's cutting them off 100%. So even though the new OS may last on the market for 3 years, let's say it lasts 3 years on the market for the next new OS, it's going to be utterly useless on an unsupported iMac, on an unsupported Intel machine, because Apple's cutting the support off for those machines regardless of the fact. So this is what's gone down the pipe that I've been hearing. So this is where you got to look at things. So if you're looking for a machine to go on the internet with and do other stuff with at the same time, and you're looking at Apple, that's the criteria that you need to be looking at, okay? And really investigate even before you buy. Because even though I say 2014 and above, really investigate the model. So if you're looking at an iMac, 21.5 inch, 27 inch, whatever, make sure you put in the full specs with the year and do a search and find out about everything you can through everymac.com and the Apple website. Compare both, because everymac.com doesn't always get all the specs correct, because there was some questionable stuff I've come across too already on that site, and they do say they're not 100% accurate. Same as their pricing. Their pricing is done twice a year. Right now they think that this thing is worth between $300 and $450 US. They're out to lunch, okay? Way out to lunch, okay? Because it's not a secure system. It can't go on the internet, like, legitimately, okay? And again, don't believe the lies about these hacked-in OSs that they are secure, because they really aren't. Anyhow, that's what I got for you for now. I will have a review on this. I still have to do a review on my 20-inch iMac, let you guys know on that. I have some more testing to do first, and then I'll have a review on this. So you'll see 2 reviews pop up on these computers in the next little while. And I'll let you know what I really think about them overall for performance-wise and blah, blah, blah. In case you're curious about picking up an old dog and running stuff on them, what you could expect out of them, okay, in the end result. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to catch you in the next one. See ya.